Good morning, YouTube. Virginia Country Boy here. It's been a while since I've posted a video, and well, it's about time to put a new one out. For many years now, last 3 or 4 years or so, I guess, my family and I have been actively seeking a new piece of property out in the country, and good Lord has blessed us with an opportunity to acquire the piece of property that I'm about to show you here now. First, let me apologize for the videography. I'm not a pro at this. I'm using an iPhone, and so it may be a little shaky. And if it is, I apologize in advance. Right now, what you're looking at is I'm giving you a quick view of my backyard. The property sits on roughly about 8 acres or so. In the direction you're looking at now, maybe about half a mile or so, or just on the other side of that tree line that you're seeing way off in the distance, is the intercoastal waterway. So we are very close to the water here. In addition to that, you're looking at one of two ponds that are a part of the property here. This one here is the larger of the two. In the opening shot, you can see the smaller of the two. This particular pond that I'm showing you right now, both of them are supposed to be stocked according to the realtor, but unfortunately we have otters in the area, and I was told that the otters may have come in and kind of wiped out the majority of our stock here. So we'll get a chance later to try to survey that situation and see if we could address exactly what we might have here. I do know that there are some fish in the pond. I've seen a couple of bluegill, and believe it or not, I've also seen a few puppy drum in this pond. Some of the previous tenants that rented this before we purchased the property were commercial fishermen, and somehow they managed to bring in some of their byproduct or bycatch and stock the pond with, I guess. So we do have a some fish now in the pond. What I was showing you there a moment ago, I'm sorry, let me try not to make anybody motion sick here now, but that is out toward the front of the property there now. That's the highway you're seeing out there. That area out there is the future area for a small mini orchard, as well as a small garden plot. Got to find somewhere to put up a hoop house out there, maybe two. I'm also planning on, since these ponds are stocked, I'm going to try to configure some way of utilizing the nutrients in the water from this pond. Of course, it's going to be experimental. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about aquaponics and hydroponics and whatnot, so I want to try to do a combination of some of those things and experiment using some of this water to see how nutrient rich it may be, and whether or not it may be able to assist me in growing crops. Again, going back out, this is out toward the river. That little gap, I'm not sure if you can see that little gap between the tree lines there. Occasionally we can see sailboats and working commercial boats go up and down the river there. So again, that's part of the backyard. Panning back over again toward the smaller pond. Haven't seen a lot of wildlife here yet. Actually, I take that back. We do have bears in this part of North Carolina, and by the way, I am in North Carolina now. I'm debating as to whether or not to keep my name Virginia Country Boy or not, but since I was born there, and that's where I got my start on the farm, I'm thinking I'll probably just keep it. So bear with me, guys. I'm now in North Carolina. I'm no longer in Virginia, but I do still consider Virginia my first home. Always will love it there, and actually plan on maybe acquiring another piece of property in Virginia as well, maybe a retreat area there. So, but anyway, here's another shot of the back part of the property there, and oh, I was telling you, as far as the wildlife we have here in the area, there are a lot of bears in this area. Shortly after hurricane, I think it was Irene passed through, which was probably about a month ago. I think it was Hurricane Irene, whatever the last hurricane that came through North Carolina was. And I'm going to pan over here again real quick. Again, I apologize for the shoddy camera work here on my iPhone. Oh, by the way, that area back over here that you're seeing now, again, we have right at about 8 acres or so. Approximately 2.5, 3 acres of it is cleared. The remainder is back over on the other side of this tree line that you're seeing. There is some cleared land back over through this area. I say cleared, it's semi-cleared. I'm yet to get over there to explore that yet, and with the disabilities that I've got right now, it may be a little while before I can get over there, but I do plan on doing that. But, oh, back to the bear. Oops, get my finger out of the way. Panning back over toward the highway. All right, there's the highway out there. Now, just to the left of that telephone pole there, approximately a quarter mile or so down the road, shortly after, the day after Hurricane Irene came through, we spotted our first bear. It was a young bear, probably about 1.5, 2 years old. Still a good sized bear. And so we were told that there were bears in the area. We actually confirmed that ourselves by seeing a bear. I'd imagine that that was early in the morning when we saw him the day after the storm. So I'm sure he might have got separated from his mommy or something. But he did encounter a dog. We did see a dog in the area as well. And once he saw the dog, he took off. So again, we do have some good wildlife in this area: bear, deer, other animals. This tree that you're looking at right now, let me pan back over. Forgive me, this is going to be a quick one. That tree that I just showed you there a moment ago was one of approximately, that's a gum tree there. There's some more. There's another one there. There are approximately a dozen or so of these trees on the property. And these trees, I'm told, unfortunately for me, and I don't know a lot about them other than some initial research I did on them. I believe they're called Perry pears, P-E-R-R-Y. The realtor told us when we looked at this property, which was several months ago before we actually purchased it, so there were no leaves on it. It was probably in February, March when we first looked at this property. And so we couldn't really tell what kind of fruit these trees would provide. But now that it is August or so, we're seeing the fruit that it's bearing, and they're these little bitty tiny pears. We're told, well, I Googled them, and the only thing I could come up with is something called Perry pears, which I understand are good for making wine and whatever parts of the country they use these in. So we were hoping for apple and some regular pear trees, but since we don't have any, I'm going to have to plant those myself. On the other side of my screened-in porch there, you can probably see the tops of it there. There is a pecan tree for those of you who pronounce it differently. And then on the other side of the property, on the other side of the driveway, I'll show you that later, there's another pecan tree. We do have some fruits and nuts, I guess, on the property, as well as fish here. And later on, we'll be planting some other vegetables here. Got a good-sized deck here on the property here. I'm going to start out doing what's called, I think they call it container gardening. And I apologize if you guys see my finger kind of get in the way here from time to time. But like I said, we do have a large raised deck here on the back side of the house. Plenty of room for doing container gardening, and I hope to. I bought a bunch of seeds the other day. I know it's late. I got to look and see what kind of fall plants that I might be able to get started out here. going to probably do some of Larry Hall's type of gardening, his, what do you call it, RGGS rain gutter grow system. But hopefully we'll get something started out here before it's too late, and we can get some tomatoes or some cucumbers or something that we can put on the dinner table before the year's out. All right, I'm going to pause for a moment and go to the front yard and show you a little bit more of that. Okay? Just wanted to give you a real quick peek out the bedroom window, the master bedroom here. Here's the other pond. This is the larger of the two ponds that are on the property. This is the one I told you that I saw the bluegill or the brim. I'm not much of a freshwater fisherman, haven't done it in years, so, but I know that there are some kind of bluegill or brim or something out in this pond because I've seen them. I've also seen saw a very large blue heron, Heron, H-E-R-O-N, I believe they're spelled. There's another one of those daggone pear trees. Eating my fish, and I had to run him off. So he had a good little, probably about a 4 or 5 inch little fish that he was choking down when I ran him off. So there's another view of the side pond from the master. Hey YouTube, nice view. Just another little add-on video. I was processing earlier, and one of them didn't come out quite so well, so I'm going to throw one extra in there. Standing on my front deck now. Excuse me. I was on the back deck earlier. This is the view from the front deck. There's one of those daggone pear trees I was telling you about. There's another one there on the side of the house. I guess I'm going to have to learn how to make wine out of pears. But anyway, here's another view of the pond, the larger pond, going out toward the highway there now. Let me get back here. Pardon the shaking. I'm backing up and trying not to trip. You can see the front part of the deck and the highway. There's another one of those. Whoops, I'm shaking. Sorry about that. Another one of those daggone pears. There's out toward the highway. There's the gate. I got to do a little repair work on that. And some more pears. More pear trees going down the ramp. That's part of the driveway there, and then out to the side of the house in the car. I wanted to try to get another shot if I could. Don't know if you can see that or not. Just over top of the storage shed there, that's another one of my pecan trees, or pecan trees. I try to please everybody on that. So, panning back over again, going toward the front yard, the highway. All that area there is open, pretty much full sun most of the day. Again, I haven't done any gardening in a long time, so I've got to do a lot of research. But I do plan on trying to put a small mini orchard out front there, as well as maybe a couple of rows for other vegetables, plants. Most of my gardening though is going to probably be on the decks, doing container gardening, because it's easier for me to do in my current health condition, so doesn't require a lot of old work for an old man. So again, I just heard a shotgun go off, so somebody either shot a snake or bear or something. Speaking of snakes, the earlier pond that I showed you guys, oops, I'm shaking again, sorry about that. I did see a small water moccasin on the other day. I did not have my shotgun with me at the time, otherwise I would have dispatched it. Snakes normally don't bother me. When I was a kid, I used to actually hunt snakes and catch them for the local game warden. I think he paid us something like $3 a piece for non-poisonous snakes and $5 a piece for poisonous snakes. And, you know, 10, 11 years old, I was too stupid to realize what kind of danger I placed myself in. But, hey, it was money, and I don't mind working hard. So, anyway, just a quick video of the front yard. Oops, there's another pear tree. Let me see if I can zoom in on one of these little pairs I'm telling you about. Give you guys an idea of what these little rascals look like. Not sure if that's going to come into focus that much. I'm going to try to reach my hand out here and pull one of these little rascals up. This is them. Anyway, I'm going to pull one off for a second if I can. Yeah, suckers are tough. And I'm going to hold them out here in front of the camera, coming hopefully into focus here in just a moment. Here we go. That's what they look like. They don't get too much larger than that. My mother actually had one of these trees in her yard. It's been there for probably 30, 40 years or so. The trees are much bigger than we've got here, but these little suckers just don't get any bigger than this. And I understand from the realtor that the deer love them. Place it down here and get a little bit closer view. The deer supposedly love eating these things, so you know, since I really can't do that much with them myself, hey, they're welcome to them. Now, if they were regular pears, Bartlett pears, or some other type of usable pear, then me and the deer would probably have issues with that. But I do enjoy seeing wildlife come on the property, and so maybe that'll kind of give them a reason to come in. Had two of these benches like this. Someone stole one prior to its closing on the property, but at least I've got one area to sit out there and relax in. So anyway, YouTube, that's enough for today. I've headed out now to a doctor's appointment, and try to get back in time to get this processed. And don't have internet service available yet. I'm trying to find some. I'm in a rural area, so probably going to get stuck with DSL for a while. And but I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, Virginia Country Boy, one last time, one last shot of the pond. Alright folks, y'all have a blessed day, and we are out of here.